Hey guys, Larissa at Prodigal Pieces here. I am coming to you real, and if you haven't noticed, I'm kind of changing the dynamic on my blog. Not totally, I've always been real with you and tried to bring things that's going on in my life. Obviously, I've learned a lot of information in the last couple years, and wanting to just kind of clear the slate in a way when it comes to different things. One of those being, I'm going to show you a little bit more behind the scenes, talk a little bit more about other stuff going on in my life. I tend to do that in my email newsletters, but I feel like those that come that aren't signed up are kind of missing out as well. I'm going to still continue with that with the email newsletter. By the way, I do invite you to sign up for that because literally it's free. There's no strings attached. I only send you something when I publish a post. So that way you're not missing out. A lot of you have noticed through the survey I did come through social media. And there's been times, guys, where they hide me and they've also let me get hacked. So I don't want you to lose track, and this is the best way, the newsletter, is to keep in touch with everything that's going on. I have to tell you a funny story. This is Saturday, and Saturday is kind of a work/catch-up day. It's when I don't have to homeschool. Not that the kids don't do a lot of their own work now anyway, but just gives me a little brain break. I don't have to worry about managing everybody's things. And now with the disillusion, the divorce, the kids are at his place on one weekend and then mine the next. And so that also has changed a lot of how I do things. But I still have 3 children that stay with me all the time. That would be Lily, Lula, and Ivan. So Lily is my 11-year-old calico that I mentioned just had gotten attacked by a neighborhood cat and had to have medical intervention. She had 3 puncture wounds that this mean male, I call him Sylvester because it's a black and white cat, messed with her. I can't let you in there. Girls are sleeping. Things I do for you guys. One more. And I bet she goes right back to the door yelling. Good girl. Good girl. Then Lula is 2. She's my golden doodle, precious therapy pet, if you will. Let me back up. Got Lily when I had lost my daughter and she was stillborn, and so Lily kind of filled in that hole there. Lula came in another story. I can put links into my blog post about that. And then Ivan was a rescue by my oldest son, Isaac. He found him near dead. A lot of people probably just would have let him go, but thousands of dollars later, Ivan's been in our care and he's not quite 2. But you want to talk about night and day, the dynamic. Lily is senior, just wants to do her thing. Lula is Ivan's mother. She babies him, cleans him, watches out for him. If we're worried about where he is, she will tell us via her buttons. I have links to that you can see where she talks to me with her buttons. If I ask her where's Ivan, I can send her outside and she'll go to the four corners of the property and kind of do a throwback call, like calling him. And Ivan is a troublemaker. He's a short-haired British tabby we figured out, and oh my goodness, orange, spunky little guy. He is all love. Lily is the leave me alone, I like to do my own thing. Got her from a barn situation. He was stranded, we rescued him, and he just is all love and attention. But if you don't do what he wants, he throws things. He will just throw fits running all over anyway. So this morning would have normally been my wake up. I do every 6 weeks protein treatment on my hair. Again, being real, when I do a protein treatment, my hair just kind of goes ugh until I refresh it the next day. The curls come back. So and normally I don't wear makeup regularly either. I do sometimes for these videos. But again, keeping it real. So today, let me back up. Last night, I was exhausted. It was a long day, Friday, where I got things done, but also I do some lifting. I do my exercises and whatnot, and so I was tired from that. And just a long day in general, dealing with different people coming to buy stuff and so on. And was ready to go to bed, and I'm normally in bed fairly early because I wake up really early. I do a lot of my online work before my kids get up so I can be present for them for homeschooling time. And going to bed last night, I normally like, okay, where's Lula, where's Lily, where's Ivan? And I knew that yesterday was like 53 degrees, but the temperature overnight was supposed to drop to like 25. High of today about the same, and then tonight it's going to be about 13 degrees. And the next few days, and then we're doing what I call hormonal warm-up for spring, coming in like a lion, hopefully goes out like a lamb here in Ohio.
Yay. We had 53 yesterday and like 45-mile-an-hour winds. And this thing with Ivan, oh my goodness. Now we've got sleet. You can see it hammering. I'm ready for spring.
And my daughter said, my oldest one who has moved out, she was here to spend some time with us, and said she had let Ivan out around 8:30. And I was like, oh, okay. He's not normally out for more than an hour at a time when it's cold, but it was, like I said, warmer yesterday, so kind of not worried. She left, and it was around 10:15 or 10:30 at night. I'm usually in bed, and I was told you really tired. I could have went to bed. She didn't see him, couldn't find him. Like, okay, so I get the other kids rounded up, let's go to bed. And then I said, I'll stay up. And my other older daughter, who's still here, said she'd help. But I was like, there's no point in both of us staying up to make sure he comes in. So I decided, if you remember, I'm still sleeping in my little closet. My other daughter was in here last night. She's not been feeling well, so I use this as kind of like a quarantine room. She's got a chesty cough a little bit. Anyway, so I stayed up for a little bit and went to sleep with the closet light on so it would wake me up and go check on him. I didn't want him to be out in the freezing cold. And I think it was around 11:30, I woke up. I go out calling and go outside, and I'm checking, and we had 45-mile-an-hour winds that were just gusting. And he's got a hearing issue because of what happened to his sickness when he was a teeny tiny little kid. And I knew he couldn't hear me well, but I went out anyway, trying to find him, seeing if he was locked in the garage, the basement, whatever, or our shed sometimes. Sometimes he'll curl up under a wood pile, under the big tarp, and couldn't find him. So then I stayed up for a bit and decided to try to go back to sleep again. Got up at 2:30, do the same thing, check in. I'm starting to get upset because in our neighborhood there was somebody who had shot some cats. And not directly here, but a little bit over anyway. Worst case scenario. And then it was, tried to go back to sleep. I got up at 5:30, still no Ivan. Mind you, he doesn't do this. He's usually in around an hour or so in the winter. He'll be out and come back in an hour. So now I'm starting to think, okay, either somebody has him or he's injured and can't get back home. And so I'm upset with myself, bad pet owner. And just went through the same drama with Lily, like I said a couple weeks ago, because she went and hid too because she was injured and I couldn't find her in the negative temps. But I went and decided to go ahead and do my shower. And you curly gals know that doing your hair curly, whatever it is a different thing. You don't wash it every day, you do different situations. So got myself ready, did my protein treatment, and went to wash out the protein treatment. I'm just like, oh, what is going on? I don't understand. There he was. I came around the corner. I had pulled the blind up so I could see him sitting on the flower box. If he popped up all night, he usually just jumps up. I know he's there. Lily likes to go to the flower box at the front. They do their own thing. And there he was. Oh my goodness, I was carrying the dirty towels. I threw him down, ran to the door. Where have you been? He looked like he had been sleeping. Normally when he's upset, his tail will be shivery and poofed. He just like, what? And the funny thing was I had sent Lula out to go look for him. She wasn't concerned either, but yet here I am, right?
Where were you, Ivan? You went back outside? Do you know what you put me through?
In Psalm 51 I read this morning, I'll type it for you on the screen here. It's just making me think about what am I causing myself and what is something that I need to focus on the Lord. There's just ways that He reaches us to try to teach us lessons, I think. And this was me through the whole time kept saying, am I overdoing this? Because I'm trying to learn how to not overthink and how to not be constantly hypervigilant and to settle a bit. And it's a hard lesson because it's ingrained in me being raised by a narcissist parent. Okay, that comes with the territory. So I don't know if I'll ever get it out of me, but I think I can learn how to deal with things better. But he comes in, normally he wants loved on as well if he's nervous at all. He didn't want anything to do with me. He went right to his food, just wanted to eat. And I'm like, I could have strangled that little thing here. I'm happy he's home. But to end all that, it just shows that this dynamic that I go through in a daily, I'm sure you all have your own stories of different things, but there was other things that broke or leaked yesterday, and then on top of some other things breaking and leaking, and just kind of like, okay, when am I going to get a break from this? When is this going to stop? But I'm not stopping praising the Lord because I do know He has a plan in this for me, for my kids, and a future, and I'm looking forward. So I'm going to show you what I'm in here doing with this. I don't even call it my bedroom yet because it's not mine yet. I mean, it's a bedroom and I don't really want to move back in here, but this is where I'm at for now until I move, sell, whatever. I haven't decided that yet. Waiting on God's timing for that. But I just preview what I'm doing in different places and just sharing me.
So those are down, and I wanted to show you a little bit more around the bedroom. If you remember the before, I had a vanity mirror that I had put above the headboard, and that hung on the wall over here. You can see I've got holes in the wall there. I've patched, actually my daughter patched. And then here I had a rack with some hand-forged nails that I took down. Still have my cupboard here in the corner, which was a treat to self. I rarely do that, so I'm keeping it, though I've had many people ask me if I would sell it. So considering that. In the closet, these are polyester curtains. They're too long, which are pretty because they drape, but they're poly and they attract so much dust and lint, and I constantly have to clean them. with the forced air heat we have, it just kind of tends to blow dust around in there. But also, if you look here in the closet, what was left for me was, maybe get closer. When the paneling was added in our daughter's room, too long of nails were used by somebody, punched through, and I need to patch those, cut them off, and just fix that so it doesn't poke onto the clothing. The floor has this pretty significant wear from the bed frame. My kids would jump on it, run into the room, and then just slide. And if you remember, we had refinished the floor before, so generally it's okay. But since I don't know what I'm doing in here exactly yet, not sure what I'm going to do with that. I could try to sand it out and touch it up a bit and just leave it, but then also, never mind the neighbor's car. This window needs replaced. We've had it in the house. I've had it for since we moved in, and rotted wood sill on the outside. This one's still going. It's replaced at the same time. We bought these at auction, and they've done the job and they've done well. I would say the one, this window here, didn't have a screen originally with it, and so we never really opened it much, but it's just definitely leaking and could stand to be replaced. So hoping to do that when we get some warmer weather. I have ordered light fixture. I don't know if you knew that I had sold my pair of antique brass with glass, with teardrop glass on it. Sold those as a set because I had actually saved them to when I moved, and when I gave up all that to think I'm not probably getting to go to the home that I wanted, I thought I'm not gonna try to make those work here. So sold the fixtures. And I'm debating on taking these down and doing either a lighter color or something different. These were featured by This Old House, so it's part of the story of the room, but if you know what's going on in my life, I'm ready for a new story. So just some crazy stuff, just minor changes. I'm going to touch up the walls because they got nicked and messed up. I'm going to be caulking here shortly because caulk has shrunk and showing big gaps, and then we've got staining and stuff, so need to get that done too.
I'd love to hear from you and look forward to sharing more life updates here in the near future.